I'm Sharon Knotts with Selah Network. I have a question for you today. Would you rather look like this or like this? Both of these cans underwent the forceful pressure of the vacuum of a food saver. They were both squeezed with pressure from the outside, but one withstood the pressure and the other one did not. Paul talked about being pressed above measure in 1 Corinthians 1:8. For we would not, brethren, have you ignorant of our trouble which we came to us in Asia, that we were pressed out of measure above strength, insomuch that we despaired of life. Pressed out of measure above strength to the point of despair. The Greek word here for trouble is thlipsis, and it occurs often in the New Testament in Paul's writings. Sometimes it's translated affliction, sometimes tribulation, sometimes persecution. You get the idea. This same word is used by Paul in chapter 4 of 2 Corinthians. I want to turn there now and read from 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 8. We are troubled on every side. There it is, thlipsis. But not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. We are persecuted, but not forsaken. We are cast down, but not destroyed. Think about this. Paul said we are being pressed. We feel like we're under so much pressure. It's squeezing in on us, closing in on us to be in such a narrow, straight place that your circumstances are squeezing in on you from every side. No matter which way you look, here comes trouble upon trouble. Ever been there? Paul said he had been there, but yet he said even in that situation, he was not in distress. He was not going down like a ship saying SOS. He said we were perplexed. Those are the hard battles. It's easier to fight a battle when you understand what's happening, but those battles that you don't get, they're really hard to fight because you don't know what your enemy is or what he's up to, so it's hard to know how to counteract it. But Paul said even in that, we're not in despair. We don't lose hope. We don't give up. He said we're persecuted, but we're not forsaken. Persecution is on the rise and will intensify in these evil times as Christians have become the target of so many. And then he said we're cast down. People don't believe that can happen to children of God, but sometimes we take a blow that knocks us down. But what I like about it is even though we're knocked down, we get back up. We're not destroyed. So how is it that we can be troubled, but yet not in distress? We can be perplexed, but not in despair. We can be persecuted, but we're not deserted. We can be cast down, but we're not destroyed. What is the reason why Paul was able to endure all these things? I'll tell you why. It's verse 7. Says, but we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of God and not of us. When you have something on the inside, then you're able to withstand outward pressure. And so you will stand and be like this can that came forth fine, even though it underwent great pressure. When you have the anointing and the Spirit of God on the inside of your vessel, you're able to withstand outward pressure. But when you're empty and those pressures come against you, you're going to be crushed. You're going to be smushed. Do you want to look like this? Or do you want to look like this? So the key is stay filled with the Spirit. Till next time, Maranatha.